Peace. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth, peace to all the positive people in the universe. I am Lord Born Justice Allah, and we ask you to please give us some space here so that we can have our special invited guests to come up. If y'all want to take pictures, feel free to do that, but we need some open space. Thank you. Malachi.
Please, how you doing? Come on.
Go back to that area.
Malachi, where you at?
I want to get right. Yo, keep an eye on Nzinga.
Excuse me, guys. Can you let the baby be up in the front, please?
Nzinga!
They are in the front. Now,
come here.
They need more space than this.
Peace, family. How y'all doing?
Peace.
Peace. How family doing? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Great, God. All right, that's what's up. My name is Malachi.
Check the mic.
Mike. Peace.
It's going in and out.
Just Bill, God. You got enough energy for that.
Peace. Now let him wait.
No, you're going to need that mic, Malachi.
You're going to need that mic because we got a lot of people.
Yes, you need it. Yes,
1, 2, check.
We're starting the trouble.
Peace. Peace, family. How y'all?
Hey.
All right, everybody good?
Yeah. Great, God.
That's what's up. Yo, my name is Malachi. Now it's God on Law, right? And we started this campaign last year, and where we at now, you know, is about to come to fruition. This is light right now. This was inspired by our law and justice. We had to pay homage to those who paved the path for us. So that's what we're doing, to say thank you to them. I've been told by several gods, yes. I've been told by several gods and earths from the equality years that the Father did not want to be body worshipped nor idolized. He didn't want people praising him. He just wanted people to learn from his deeds and learn from his work and continue what he was doing. That's not what this is. A street sign is just to heighten awareness about the great deeds and accomplishments that the law and justice did, as well as the great gods and earths who laid down the foundation for this nation. Send it out again. The great gods and earths who laid down the foundation to our mighty nation. You heard? So once the sign go up, it's not for people to be praising it and kissing up to it and all that. That's not what it's for. The intent is to heighten awareness of the law and justice, and also preserve the history. Because the children, they're gonna walk by and they're gonna wonder, why is those names up on that sign? And they're gonna do the research. That's my intention for it. You know what I mean? Today's program, we're gonna have some of the politicians come up and build first, because we have to thank them, because they're the ones who did the actual paperwork, right? Also, either I'm the one who spearheaded this campaign, I didn't do it by myself. I thank everybody who signed the petition. I thank everybody who pushed for the petition. You know, and also there was several people who came to the meetings. And I thank all of the gods and earths who contributed to that. So it's not an individual thing. But right now, like I said, we got some of the politicians here. We would like to thank them because they did the actual paperwork. And some of them actually, either their parents or themselves were influenced by the gods from the equality years and the early God years. So, with that being said, I would like to bring Miss Gail Brewer forward, who is the Manhattan Borough President and provided a support letter.
She's behind you.
To back this up thoroughly.
Thank you very much. I am Gail Brewer, Manhattan Borough President, and I remember the efforts that have gone into making this a reality, and all the work and the challenges. And I know that Councilmember Bill Perkins, Community Board 10, the full City Council, what we did in our office, thanks to Athena Moore, who's head of the office here in Harlem, is to write a letter in support of this wonderful street naming, because I want to echo the words, when you see a street naming, it helps you learn your history. And you have to be able to have tangible, visible history because the stupid history books don't have it in the books for the children. And I just want to say, you know, many decades, 50 years ago, the 5% movement has contributed to the well-being of Harlem, particularly to young people and families, and that's the history that is lost. So it was founded during the Civil Rights Movement, a really important time in our country. The 5%ers always stood for peace, equality for everyone, demonstrated by their powerful service in the community, working tirelessly to increase cultural awareness and the importance of education, which is why Jewel has all these wonderful children here today. After-school programs for children in the neighborhood still needed. Launching service projects like clothing and school supply drives, providing college preparation and support for high school students. So we stand here on the corner where the 5%ers headquarters is located. We look forward to the legacy of this group being celebrated for many years to come, and congratulations to keep the education going. Thank you very much.
Peace. Listen, we need to back up a little bit. Okay. Too close. Let's back up a little bit so they can have some room. Any more space in there? A little bit more? Can we back up a little bit more? Can we please back up a little bit more? This is holding up the program. So everybody want to be up close and personal, but we need a little room here so that our guests can walk back and forth. Good?
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you, Ms. Gail Brewer. Thank you for dropping the knowledge that you did. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Right now, when I started the street co-naming campaign, I had to get support letters from certain prominent people. I reached out to
The mic closer to you guys.
I reached out to Mr. Sid Davidoff, who is one of the liaisons between City Hall and Allah the Father, back in equality years during the 60s. He was there during the times for the negotiations for the school when the father acquired the school from the city, right? I called up Mr. Sid Davidoff several months ago and I asked him to provide a support letter.
Put the mic up to you guys.
When I check it, peace. I had called up Mr. Davidoff and I told him, I said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the street done. I understand that you was a liaison between City Hall and the father, and that you was going to Mayor Lindsay's age. He answered, yes, I'm also a 5%er. I said, all right, that's what's up, right? So anybody who has any doubts about being Caucasian 5%ers or whether the father was teaching, and this man right here can answer that right now because he's here in the presence. And he provided a support letter. He's provided a support letter which is very instrumental in this getting approved from the very beginning up to where it's at now. So I would like to introduce Mr. Sid Davidoff. If we can do better than that.
Yeah, peace. So, it's true, the father had me, or Allah had me, admitted into the 5%ers of this Jewish Caucasian, and say I am the only living 5%er who is Jewish Caucasian. So there are a lot of stories I can tell about the Shalimar bars in the days when we met the father, and he helped us to do the things we needed to do in this city and in this particular area. Most of all, how it came about that the city gave over the school. It was great coming to sermons on Sunday in those days. But there's one story that sticks out that's the most important to me. That particular time was the night that Martin Luther King was shot, assassinated. And John Lindsay came up to this corner. We advised him against it. We were in the Shalimar, myself and Barry Goddard from the mayor's office, with the Shalimar saying, it's too explosive. We can't guarantee safety. You don't know what's going to happen. And he said, I'm coming, just tell me where I'm coming to. And I expect to be in a half hour. He said, give us 45 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, a lot of people came to help, from Percy Sutton. I can mention 100 names, but the most important name was Allah, who called in the 5%ers, who walked with John Lindsay, the mayor of the city of New York, down this block at 125th Street. And we saw flames in Newark, and there were flames around this country, but in New York City and in Harlem, there was peace. Everybody mourned that night. And it was in great part the 5%ers who stood next to the mayor that made it happen. And for that, we'll always be thankful. Peace.
Thank you, sir. Mr. David off, thank you. Around the same time, I was speaking with another prominent politician at that time. He's not a politician from the 60s, but he's more common to us. And I'm sure y'all know who this man is. He served as a Harlem assemblyman for 26 years, right? And his father was very instrumental in helping some of the 5%ers that was getting incarcerated in the 60s and 70s get somewhat of a break, just get a fair shake inside the system, when it wasn't really like that for most people. And he earned the name Cut Him Loose Bruce, right? Now, I know I've heard stories from some 5%ers from back then who said what happened during that time. So we have his son right here, right now, Mr. Keith Wright. And Mr. Keith Wright, I asked him for a support letter for this. He said, not only am I giving you a support letter, I'm gonna be there. So he came to the very first meeting, and people, like, I'm not really that knowledgeable about what goes on in politics, but people told me, they said, yo, with Keith right there, that sign is not gonna get denied, right? He came through, Dr. Leonard Jeffries came through, several 5%ers came through. Dr. Jeffries and Mr. Keith Wright got up and spoke on behalf, and they shared prominent words, which helped get it approved. So right now, I would like to introduce Mr. Keith Wright to the stage, and he could explain that to you.
Hey, Harlem's own. What's up, man? Harlem's own. There you go. Right, Allah.
Peace. Brother Malachi, thank you very much. It is an honor to stand before all of you today. I don't know if you can look out, but we have a sea of people. We closed down Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard for the renaming of this street. So I just want to say, I've done a lot of these street renamings, and quite frankly, this is probably one of the most important ones. You know, when you see a street sign, you're looking for where you are. When you see a street sign, you're looking for where you're going, north, west, east, south. When you see a street sign, you're looking for direction. We now have direction of where we've been and where we are going. So not only do we have a street sign, but we have to know where the street sign is going to take all of us as a community, as a people. Am I on? Am I still on? I was told we have to show our unity in the community here. So I want to say thank you to Brother Malachi for spearheading this. Quite frankly, when we went to that first community board meeting, they thought that we were crazy. You know, we have a lot of different signs here, and this is not only for us, but for our younger folks, these babies standing right here, but also for the newcomers into this community. They gotta know where they are. They have to know that they're not only on James Brown Way, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, Lloyd Dickens Boulevard right over there, but that our 5%ers Allah and Justice Way is here today, and it's here to stay. I can't say how important it is that Sid Davidoff was here today. Sid Davidoff is the one that made sure this school is here for 99 years. So now we have to make sure that we keep it here for another 99 years. So I just want to say, we now have our street sign. We now know where we've been. We now know where we're going.
So let's all get there together for our generations yet unborn. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace. I know Rasul is somewhere over there. There you go. This is one of our firstborn who paved the way with a law and justice to make this knowledge of our culture be made manifest. Brother Rasul. We know him by Ibika.
I've been waiting to hear his voice all this time. They've been telling me all this.
I'm gonna get up there.
I already gave it back to him. I'm waiting to hear him straight from the mouth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Peace. 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 To the greatest nation ever born. You know,
Yes, Bob.
I asked the Father once, I said, what do you want to see in this life? And he said, I want to see y'all bring a nation to this place. He said, I worked hard, I got a lot of enemies, people that disrespect what we doing. He said, but the element of growth and development is alive. He said that follow the logic to its logical conclusion. Each one of you go out and build a nation. Don't be playing. Don't be acting like a fool. Don't be getting high and stupid.
All right now.
And acting other than yourself.
All right.
Your lessons tell you that you are an intelligent people, not a foolish people. So if you intelligent, then the orientation that you distribute to the people, and we got many people that are really, really, really down in the dirt. So don't think that you finished because you got your knowledge. You got knowledge to build a nation. And if that nation isn't getting built, it's because you too trifling and lazy and stupid. And we're not stupid, we're not trifling, we're not lazy. We got a few that's, you know, you gotta understand this. We got a whole nation to build, man. Ain't no 2 or 3. And get out of this hating each other. Leave that stress where you find it. We don't need it with us. And I conclude by telling you something that the Father told me, Prince, and a few other brothers. You are not through until the day they throw the dirt on you. So if it ain't no dirt on you, let's go. Listen, I'm glad to see you. It's great.
It's not that.
I mean, greater than anything you can think of. And when you have it again, make it greater. Peace.
Peace, peace.
They bringing ABG up. Let him speak.
Let me get him out, please.
Jay, move. Let Jay up.
Let the guard get out.
Got him, got him.
Over this way.
No, move out your cousin way. Your cousin is Philly. Back.
The guard. Yes.
Let him go down. Guard, on my seat.
Peace, peace.
All right. Thank you. He was there before there was a firstborn, right? He was there before there was a firstborn. Right now we got a firstborn with us. This is the 7th of the first 9 born that allows connected. Also he's the father of the firstborn ABG.
Peace.
Peace. It's good to see all of you out here today. All praise is due to Allah.
All right.
All praise is due to Allah.
All right.
In 1964, we was running around trying to embrace Islam. In 1964, when we was walking around attempting to embrace Islam, Kareem and As-Salam met Allah. They were the first two. And through them, the rest of us came. The third one was Prince, as y'all know him. He was our Jabba at that time. The fourth one was Uhura. He stayed in Uhura. The fifth one was Bismillah, as y'all know him, but his name was Naheem. The sixth one was Akbar. He was As-Salam's younger brother. The seventh one was myself, and I was called Bil-Al. The eighth one was Al-Jamal. He remained Al-Jamal. His ninth one was Kahim, whose name now is Kabir.
They got enough air?
There was 9 of us that Allah put into the street. He sent us out sheep amongst wolves. We wasn't Muslims, we were 5%ers. The 5% is poor righteous teachers who are all wise and do not believe in the teachings of the 10% and know who the living God is and teach that the living God is the Son of Man, the supreme being, the black man from Asia, and teaches freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet Earth, otherwise known as civilized people, also Muslim and Muslim sons, not Muslim brothers, because at the time the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was alive, and he was teaching the Muslim. We was to teach the Muslim. Later on, we understood that as 5%ers, we had no religion whatsoever. So we could embrace and understand all men of faith and religion. And we was taught to respect the American flag and to make this country strong. These was Allah's words. Go to school and go to work. That's what he told us. Our job was to teach. And to this day, even though we are the family of Allah's, we still teach. Teachers change the world. Armies don't do it. Money don't do it. Economics don't do it. Teachers change the world. If anybody here ever been in school or college or anything, they know their world changed through what they learned. And this is what we are supposed to be doing. And this is what we do to this day. So I'm happy to see all of you that are here for this street change, this symbolism, this to be grateful for. Allah and justice and the 5% square. All praises are due to Allah.
Thank you, firstborn ABG. I hope y'all acknowledge that wisdom. That's coming straight from the horse's mouth. That's one of the real ones that was there. Are there any other firstborns here that would like to speak today? Firstborns from Medina, firstborns from Pelon.
What about
you know, whatever. You know what I mean? It's Sister Omala here. I spoke with her earlier. I want the Earth's representative. It's Sister Omala here today. Or Queen Cypher. Because I know I built with Omala yesterday. She said she was coming through. But is Queen Cypher present? Somebody get Queen Cypher's attention. Right? In the meantime, peace. This is one of the father's grandchildren. Peace.
I figured I'd bring this out in honor of my grandfather and justice. I took this off my wall. My wife wrapped it for me. These are my grandfather's medals. So I wanted the babies to see
The majority of the medals that we have, these are the originals. And I wanted to bring it out for this day to show the babies the accomplishments of the gods and the earth.
Peace, God.
And also show how fantastic we are.
Right.
And I would like to say peace to our family and peace to the gods and the earth. Peace.
Yeah, God got a picture of him with his uniform on and everything. I don't know what it is.
What happened is trying to find a ball. Oh, well, that's right. I'm in about 200 other people.
I know that's your crew. I know that's your crew. I know.
He want people to know that. And he saved us, just like he saved
Fight for this country.
Just like he saved
And make this country and our babies great. Peace.
Put your hand down.
Peace, sister. How are you?
You heard that one? That's something Daddy would have said. His daddy would have said something like
That's the marker.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for making this free.
home of the brave. I don't appreciate this. Go home. Huh? Go home then.
Peace, family, peace. All right. Now, one of the major complaints I've heard throughout the years is that the gods exclude the females, the earths, the women, the queens, right? I hear that from a lot of the 85ers. I hear that from other females in the cipher period, right? Now, we have an earth here today who's there in equality years. And she could explain somewhat of what was the earth's responsibilities as far as the family is concerned with the children. And this is one of the great earths that I've met. This is one of the great earths that I've met in my life. This is Queen Cipher. Please put your hands together for the earth, Queen Cipher.
Peace to the Lord's nation, great nation of the gods and the earth. And let me tell you, our father's mantra was, when you want to see me, all you got to do is come together. And that does, you know, bear witness to the day's mathematics, understanding, and a cipher. Okay? And we also know, I know, and you all know that in the black man's body that existed within the mind and body of the almighty true and living God. And I would like to say this, that, you know, this is a special honor for me. You know, and I'm so happy to be received and have my family stand behind me as I tell the truth of who we are. Now, people may complain that they don't really hear too much from the earth. It's all right, because we know that this nation would not be what it is without us. So, with that being said, this very square here, to me, is like Holy Land. You know, this is Mecca, where knowledge and wisdom was first founded by the almighty true and living God of law. And it's right here, in a building that was right here, that I sat before almighty God of law, His Majesty, in April 1969. So I'm celebrating 50 years. And after I saw Allah, I hit the ground running. And I've not looked back since. And I stand, you know, with the gods. You know, because this nation was founded on knowledge and wisdom. And I am that wisdom. And I represent my father. Always have, always will. So, you know, our duty as women, as taught to us by the Father, was what? To mainly teach our children, our babies, and we all, as mother of civilization, their first teachers. Okay? So many of y'all out there, you know who taught you. You know who taught you. And also, how to keep a home, And what I think most importantly is how to keep a husband. You know? And I was blessed. Oh.
Don't skip that class.
In April 1969, I would be so much remiss if I didn't give honor to my brother, Dumar Wadi Allah, the national representative, because it was Dumar who right there was pushing and prodding me to go in to see Allah. So Dumar, this blessing is for you. Also, we know that Allah predicts his history in advance. So Allah knew this day was coming, and little did I know that I would grow up to be able to speak in the name of the Almighty true and living God, my Father. The Quran says of our Father, I will make a people that I love, and they will love me. We sincerely love Allah for blessing us with our indigenous language of supreme mathematics. You know, that's our indigenous language. And here we are today to show and prove to the entire planet that Allah still lives. All right? So, that being said, I just want to mention firstborn Sister Carmine. Sister Carmine nursed me in my early days of growth and development. And also my sister Mecca, you know, who the Father loved. And also I have to mention Allah Empress. You know, y'all know who my sister Allah Empress was. So, you know, I don't want to take up too much time. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will always stand in the name of the Almighty true and living God, Allah, who lives. Peace.
Freedom. How was my mother?
Peace. Yeah, peace. Excuse me.
All right, God, give him some room up there. Freedom, back up a little bit. He got to get over there, man. All right, so somebody got to move, though, so he can do what he got to do.
Hold on. Excuse me. Saquon. Pardon me, Saquon. Yeah, he's supposed to. I want to say
Peace. Peace, family. How y'all? All right. Yo, check it. We have people who claim to be 5%ers because they may be quoting lessons or speaking mathematics, yet they're not living it out. You have others who don't classify themselves as 5%ers, yet they are righteous teachers, right? And some of them walk in society every day. We have one, a very influential one with us today, that he raised it up for us, and he's taught thousands of students who are 5%ers throughout the years. I would like to call out Mr. Dr. Leonard Jeffries, African scholar warrior, Dr. Leonard Jeffries.
Say, Dr. J. Yeah, you got this one. Dr. J.
Hug that peace, family. It is indeed a pleasure to come to Harlem, the heart of Harlem, and see so many of you here. This represents an enormous achievement and victory for those who wanted to make sure this sacred space was acknowledged. I want to give thanks to all of you who've held the power in your hand and you passed it on. I have to give special thanks to Brother Malachi, because he said, you got to be here, Dr. J. And I did everything to get here. There was a jam over the George Washington Bridge. I said, move that shit out the way so I can get in here. And it was moved out of the way.
I was there.
And we got here. But I'm not here for myself. I'm here for those giants who came through Harlem. This is special sacred turf for African peoples. And we were blessed to have our brother and all of the gods that he touched to be a part of what we're about. I'm standing here not for Dr. Len Jeffries. My African stool name is Nana Kwekuchua Ajiman II. I'm standing here for Nana Kwekuchua, who had deep roots in Africa. I'm standing here for my mentors, Dr. John Henry Clark, who taught us to be African.
I'm standing here for Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen. Dr. Ben, his office was right across the street. Dr. Ben said, you got to take Africa, but if you don't take Egypt, if you don't take Kemet, you're into a losing battle. So Dr. Ben led thousands of us to the Nile Valley. Dr. Clark led thousands of us to other parts of Africa. So we've been blessed. So take your blessing and make it work for you. Honor the traditions that you stand on. Honor those who had the light and brought the light to you. You pass the light on to the children. Look at these children here. All of these blessings that we have here. You've got to get your shit together if you're going to make sure that these don't get caught up in some shit and that they are rising and are the geniuses that they have to be. So I'm glad to be in the heart of Harlem. I actually taught up at City College for 45 years, bringing that truth. They threw everything they could at me, the biggest lies, but we had the light and we let that light shine. And those who are part of us are everywhere. I have to speak about a Gil Noble who was on the TV screen bringing that truth. I have to speak about the artists who created images as far as the musicians. We are a blessed people, and you got to tap into your blessings and make it work for you, because we are responsible for this future here. These babies who can't get caught up in the mess that's out there, they got to get the real deal, and we have to lay it out for them. So I've said enough, but if you want to hear some more, go on the internet. Just put Dr. Leonard Jeffries in. All the speeches, all the struggles, all the triumphs, all the victories are there. And so I'm speaking not just for our scholars and our TV people, but I'm looking at Adam Clayton Powell over there. I'm speaking for Adam at that corner, because you have pictures of Adam at that corner with Malcolm X, Adam at that corner with our leaders from Africa, Mandela and others. Fidel Castro, representing the spirit of revolution in Central and South America and the islands of the Caribbean. He came as a part of coming to Harlem. And then he was up at the Teresa Hotel when they could not give him a proper accommodations and respect down at the big white downtown. He came up to Africa Town, and Fidel was here. So you have to understand, your blessings are there. Tap into them and Africanize your life. I leave you with these words of empowerment. Frederick Douglass said it best. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom, yet deprecate agitation. They don't want the crops without plowing up the ground. They don't want the rain without the water and lightning. It must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, it never will. Find out what any people will quietly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them until they are resisted with either words or blows. We come here today to dedicate ourselves to a brother who had the light and who passed it on to us. We are God's chosen, and take that control and make it work for you. African power, black power. The gods, move on and do your work. Thank you very much.
Peace, peace. Right. You know, at one point from the 60s and 70s mostly, right, the 5%ers was just known in the streets. Through hip hop, a lot of people became more aware about the 5%ers, the gods and earths, right? Of course, y'all know about Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, right? But in the born years, in the early born years, the 90s, there was a group that sold millions and heightened major awareness about the gods. One of the main founding members is here today. We have Papa Wu, Freedom, Allah, peace. Peace, y'all. Peace. 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 Yo, check this out. We here for a reason. Ain't no reason to be silent, no motherfucking more. And the worstest curse is a man being dumped
deaf and blind. You understand me? Peace! In the name of Allah. The first thing I ever heard was the black man was God. It was 1965. I lived in Coney Island, and I walked down Mermaid Avenue, and the brother said, "Come here, young brother. Have you heard that the black man was God?" Do you understand me? This is what Allah manifests, what you see here today. And ain't nobody can take it away. And don't y'all ever forget that. We are champions without opponent. No one can defeat us. Not in this day and time, because we've been tried, we've been denied, and we willing to be tried again. Have you not heard that the black man is God? Regardless to whom or what. We don't travel many, many miles. And it says, how far did thou travel? Thou travel, and the far as it mentioned, as far as he can see. What Allah manifested to this day that it would be. And you think, see, Yaqub never lived to see his creation. Now understand the cipher that we exist in. Allah lived to see his because we all him and at one. We all is Allah here today. And this what he manifested for all us to come together on this day to honor him. What he done. Allah and justice. When you hear brothers say Allah all the time, when they say Allah, it means justice too. Right. So some brothers don't get religious and don't get it twisted. The same love for Allah is the same love for justice. Why would you separate them? Because justice is Allah and Allah is justice.
That's how we was started.
That's what the problem we have. See, they said to us, if they can divide us, I always say, united we stand, divided we will fall as a nation. If they can divide us and separate us, then we think different. All I had was my brothers. The Father used to say, if we work together, we don't have to want for nothing. Because whatever I got, my brother got. To all the sisters, whatever my sister got, my other sister got. We was here to take care of each other.
That's right.
That's right.
That was the duty of a civilized man. To teach the ones that was uncivilized. Give them the proper knowledge of themselves. And raise them from the dead.
That's right.
It says each Muslim was required to bring in 4 devils. As a 5%er, you show me one brother you brought back that was a pork chop swine eating nigga, and you gave him the truth. Then I'll bear witness to you. Other than that, keep teaching. Because that's the only thing we got to do. As long as we teach, they can't stop us. Because the teaching through Allah is making this happen today.
That's right. That's right. Talk about it.
See what they done? They showed you what they done. Because it's in the lesson. English C Muslim lesson number 1 and English C Muslim lesson number 2. These was exercises for us. Because we was a God, we had to understand to that. You understand? But some brothers forget where they come from. See, because if you can go back where you came from, it's all in them lessons. Because at one time, we all was mentally dead. And it took a law of mathematics, the word of that man's mouth, brought us back alive.
Right.
So right now, we still living and breathing through each other. So don't think you got this by yourself. Don't think you tougher than nobody else. Because your energy only comes from what we all do. You don't got no energy here by yourself. None of you. Our energy is through each other.
Right. Always has.
We take care of each other. If your brother don't got, you got.
Unity.
We got to stop this envy, greed, lust and hate. Because that's the sign of the devil. And we say we God. And then when I see brothers that say they God that came and they are dealing with these envy, greed, lust and hate, then I see the devil. And ain't no relief gonna come to our aid again until the Son of Man. Now rise, y'all. We're the Son of Man. Here today, we want a law manifested. That what we got to do today, we got to teach civilization to all the human families on the planet Earth. How many human families on the planet Earth? You got 6, black, brown, yellow, white, half an original. Is you crazy?
Got them all.
We got to go back and teach everybody, not inside the schools. We got to get back on every corner.
That's right.
Like we used to do.
We did it in the streets.
That's what we got to do if you say you're a 5%er. Because you got a lot of job 5 and 5 pretenders. All right? You got a lot of people running around here to wear this flag. That's why you always see me manifest the 16-point flag. Because anybody can't put that on. You have to show and prove. You can take that 8-point flag and you can do what you want to do because anybody can wear it now. The devil hip to it. He know we do, but they can't manifest God. Because that's the only degree you see God is the 16th degree. Now it's equality. Now it's your equality. Now it's your own equality. If you keep telling people about the Father all the time, how would you see yourself in this life? Tell them about you. Make them love you like they love the Father. All this history you learn in these books.
They don't want me to.
When are you going to write your own history, goddammit? You keep telling about everybody about Malcolm X and all. What about you? You don't exist. Your life don't mean nothing. Tell the world about you. Make yourself known today. Let everybody know that the black man is God that exists within you. Because in any man's body, in his DNA spells G-O-D, whether he want to be or not.
By nature. By nature.
Do you understand that? We ain't no goddamn fools. And I'm tired of y'all brothers running around making these people out here thinking we goddamn fools. And we the most intelligent thing on this goddamn planet.
Get them free. Get them free.
We the only thing that the world got left.
Next.
Look at us. We the cleanest, the prettiest, we're God gift of the world.
That's right. And we gonna teach the world.
Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand it? I can't hear you. Do y'all understand that? Then let's live it from now on. And I'm gonna say peace, and I love y'all.
Give me mine, baby. Old 70s, brother.
Peace. Peace, fam. Excuse me for a minute. And y'all just step back one step and have a little space here.
This is his
just a little bit. Because there's some babies in the front. There's some babies in the front and I don't want them to get hurt. So please just back up just one step.
All right, go up.
Thank you.
I want a still shot. All right?
Yeah.
You gonna have to shoot.
Peace. Alright, you know, Father had a journey into becoming a law. He wasn't born as a law. He didn't learn to become a law in one day. Right? Excuse me. What was very influential in his growth was the time that he did at Mosque number 7 as a student under Malcolm X and Minister Benjamin Kareem. Right? There are a few people who left, well, there was only 2 people who left with him around the time that he left. Abu Shahid and his wife Carmine. Right? They left a little bit afterwards. From what I was told, the father left in September of Equality Understanding. Abu Shahid said he left in the springtime, him and his wife. Throughout the years, I met a number of people that was in the mosque with the father. There's one prominent guard that's here today that was inside the mosque with the father. And many of y'all know him, many of y'all may not, but he's going to build right now and share some of that history. Here go the God, Melchizedek, Shabazz, Allah. Peace.
Knowledge and love.
Let him be. So let him. We don't need all these extra people.
This is peace. Civilized God.
Civilized people.
I met the father. I met the father in 1960 at Temple number 7 under Malcolm X. We was in the FOI class together. We was in the ministry class together, learned to be ministers and community leaders. Beautiful brother, the heaviest one in the temple at the time, knew the mathematics coming and going, knew mastered the lessons that he got from the FOI class. Okay, and the only one that can handle him in the temple was Malcolm X. But no matter how much knowledge, wisdom, understanding you have, you always have a lack of understanding individuals that's not on your level of thinking, so they try to block your growth. But anybody, make a long story short, when the father came out, he hooked up with Mayor Lindsay. Mayor Lindsay taught Mayor Lindsay 120. He taught Mayor Lindsay 120. And Minister Lindsay bowed down to 120 and asked the father, what do you want? What can I do? Whatever you want, name it. And to show you the love, the respect, the concern, and the future of the father, nobody told Mayor Lindsay, all I want is a school for my babies with a 100-year lease. He got Mayor Lindsay granted him a school for the babies. That's all he said he wanted. He didn't want no money. He didn't want no gold. He didn't want no fur coats. He didn't want no mink coats. He didn't want no car, no Cadillac. Like these 10% blood suckers that you got out here today that want to end luxury off of poor people and not teaching the people nothing. Now, the father did an excellent job. He said to me, every baby must have 120. Every baby must have a portrait. Every baby must have a flag. That's my nation, and I'm naming my nation the 5% nation at that time. Now it's the gods in earth. Okay? Now, you all did an excellent job. It was the gods that preserved their lessons. When so-called believers put lessons in the garbage can, the 5% kept them alive. All in the school system, all in the communities, all in the educational system, God kept it alive. And they're doing an excellent job, and my words to y'all, keep it moving. All in the school system, circulate them lessons. If you're in elementary school, if you're in high school, junior high school, college, keep them 120 alive. And all those that don't know where to get it, you can go to the website Universal Supreme ShabazAllah.com. All the lessons is there. Come to the school, you get the school here. Come to the parliament. Every guard that's out here, every month you should be at the parliament with your wife, your babies, your children, your mother, your father. Fill that parliament every month. But there's no reason why the parliament shouldn't be overloaded with the guards and the babies once a month. But all I'm saying, you did an excellent job. I'm proud of you. I was with you for over 50 years. I'll work with you and going to continue to be with you. Now circulate them 120 is the 120. I'm here to tell you, it's all over the world, all over the country, all in the street, and all in the penal institution, because Allah blessed me to do that, and I will continue to do that as long as I'm here on earth with the gods. Long live the gods. That's my family, always been, always will.
Mike, that's turn it back on.
Mike, always will. Well, you know what that means. You know what that means. You know what that means. Yes, he is. He's coming right now. Yo, hey, peace, family. Just check it. Yo, there was a lot of people in equality is knew the father. Not everybody was taught by the father, right? There was some guards who were very close to the father, and they don't really brag about it. Yeah, you can see it through their ways and actions. When you said that, I thought I told him there's a God. There's a God that's very significant to our history. We know that we have the Enlightener, which is our national anthem. We have one of the gods responsible for that here right now. Bring to the stage to God knowledge, Allah.
Hey, you gotta get the mic fixed for him, God. Hold on. Wait for the mic, God.
Double battery.
Peace.
Hey, now it's Bill, God.
I ain't got no mic.
All right, God. Bill, God. All right. Go ahead, now.
I got me.
Peace, God.
And we come with the knowledge of self. And we here to honor and respect justice and Allah. This is what we got to do.
I was listening. Still here now.
Each and every day. You know what I learned from Allah? Your word is your bar.
I'm trying to get over there.
I had to learn that so I could get up with myself in the morning. You gotta know what I had to do. Teaching civilization to the uncivilized. And by me doing that each and every day, I was able to live a life. 50 years ago, we came together. And we forged out truth and education for our children. We let them know they can be anything they want.
One.
You understand that? Got another mic? By them participating in their own life. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Yeah, give me the mic. Okay. They got another doing their own duty. I know you can't all hear me. I got a bad we feel you though. We feel you. But you gotta always remember, your word is your bond. Your bond is your life. And if you put your life at value, then you do your duty as a civilized person. Teach the uncivilized to attack civilization. That's your job. And you gotta do that every day. You do that rain or shine. Get up every day. One day at a time. Be here to honor Allah and justice.
All right, yo. What happened with the mics, huh?
They got it over there. You need a battery? A double A?
Yeah, they need one on my hearing aid if you yell at my earphones. And I say peace.
You'll have to have patience. We're going to have a mic soon, okay? Peace. All right, we're going to have a mic soon. In the meantime, talk up the knowledge and the history that's being dropped here. Right? Where? Please, everybody, please step back. Step or two. Can everybody please step back? Step or two.
Fix the towel on the bottom, guys. Yeah. Let's go.
I don't want to.
Get the show on the road.
All right. I wanted to do one case. There's another guard here that's responsible for spreading the knowledge through music, through art, right?
Putting me on without a mic.
Well, you
Oh, you're entertainer? No, I don't entertain. I'm an entertainer. Do that.
Right. But how long is the mic? How long is the mic?
That I do.
We're knowledge. Meantime, we got the guard, Arlene, coming up to the top. There's two of them. There's two of them, now it's one. Right? Tahaka and Tunde Arlene. You don't get to the stage now.
It's going to be kind of difficult, but I think in times like this, what we need to do is kind of relax and go into pray. There's a difference between pray and prayer. We are the prayer. The pray is what we eat. So the pray that I'm going to pass on to those that might be able to hear me is this. To me,
Who got the mic? This guy with
knowledge spoken.
Yes, sir. That's all you wanted?
Hey!
I'm just saying, we ain't got no mic. Just for keep the archives. We got you.
It's all right. Who's next?
There's an order going on.
right?
It's the way he wanted to go. That's the way it goes.
Hey, Mom, all right, you got that, God. You know, come on. I'm telling everybody now. It's Malachi's show. Let Malachi do what he's doing. Y'all messing up things, don't do that.
That's right.
Let him do what he's doing.
Yo, first though, I'm taking Sister O'Mara here.
All right.
Sister O'Mara here.
Where is she at? She coming?
She said
O'Mara.
she would be here. Can you please bring Sister O'Mara over here?
She got your sister O'Mara over here?
Bring over here.
Listen, let this man do what he does.
Are there any more firstborns in the house? Firstborns from Medina, first group from the quality.
So see, you got to take it to the God cypher now. We the ones that when Allah said, this message has to come, we take. These gods from the 70s. Right. Yeah, we the ones that brought it to this, to make sure that this continued on. When Allah said, we was in the school in 72.
Right.
At 13 years old.
My brother, I need you to come like this. We're about to set it up, set the unveiling ceremony, right? We're about to convene the unveiling right now. Because the main thing, matter of fact, before that, we have a large physical family here, right? Many of y'all may not even know that he's family because he flies off the radar and he doesn't look for the attention, right? This is one of the great gods from Allah's family who's been amongst us for many decades, right? And I'm not trying to negate any brother of Allah's family, but I'm going to introduce the god Kenya. Y'all know him and y'all don't even know that he's the father's nephew. He can speak on behalf of the Smith family. Bring Brother Kenya to the floor. With a microphone. I want the mic. They're working on it. Go back there and fix it. Get batteries? Yeah, you want to start with batteries? Yeah, double A. All right, look. I got some batteries right away.
Nah, we just got hit off with batteries. So we good. God just brought the batteries.
Thank you, sister.
All I was saying, God, was just to fill the time. I wasn't trying to interrupt the program. I just wanted to give energy to the people because they standing out there, God. You know what I'm saying?
No, let them do it until we get the mic, all right? The mic is coming.
Hey! Hey! Listen, today's mathematics is understand the cipher. Understanding mean to see. Because of Allah's mathematics, everybody in Harlem sees us today. Today, we will see the unveiling of our street sign. That means we are speaking for and defining ourselves. Now that we have done so, there's nobody in this city, state, or country that can speak for or define us in any negative way. The government of New York City, from the time of Almighty God Allah, respected Allah's mathematics. Sid Davidoff stood up here and said he was an honorary 5%er. Never allow anybody to tell you anything other than the truth about who and what we are. Before we leave here today, we are going to take a group photo of monumental proportions. The world will be amazed at what Allah has born. We are the proof that Allah still lives. Understand that. See it. It's crystal clear. Peace.
We coming back to what I was saying earlier, right? We have the father's physical family here. Father's physical family.
Talk to his camera. That sign, that is mine. Talk to
his camera. Talk to him. That's not the camera. Talk to him. That's not the mic.
Nah, you need this mic to go out.
We bring in the father's physical family here. We got the father's physical family here. We got Kenya representing, speaking for the Smith family. We got the God Kenya.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Come on up, Kenya. Did you get? I don't know.
I got pictures. I got pictures.
Huh?
You say you want a picture?
Hey!
We on the road. It's coming.
Peace! I come in the name of King Universal Born Allah. My government name is Kenya Smith. I represent the Smith family. I represent my father, Allah. Allah was the father's physical brother. I want to thank everybody in the nation because when I was a baby, my uncle used to take me over in that corner over there, me and my older brother, and talk about you gotta keep your room clean, you gotta eat the right foods, you gotta do good in school. I remember my uncle, I remember my father, and I want to thank the family, Sila, Shamel, Malik. I want to thank my Aunt Dora. Because if it wasn't for my Aunt Dora, the father would have never came to the nation.
True that.
I want to thank the herbs. I want to thank the gods that will allow me to stand on their shoulders and walk. Allow me to go to 9,000 miles.
All right.
Okay? I just want to say this is a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. And I wish my old dad was here in the physical to see this. Because he told me he wanted to see something like this happen.
See it through you, God.
Indeed.
Where your old dad at?
Right there.
Peace.
Click it on.
Peace.
Say what?
Keep it. You're doing great. I just want to say, I'm so proud to be a member of the 5%ers of Gods and the Earths since the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even now. And I want to thank all the gods in the earths, all the positive people in the universe for allowing me to photograph you. Because a lot of y'all don't know that I'm one of the nation's photographers. And also, as I stated before, the Father always said when you want to see him, what do? You have to what? Come together. So the Father is here, Allah is here, Torah is here. Everybody that went to the essence in the name of Allah is here. So I just want to say peace. Peace. I want to see him.
Peace.
I'm good.
Peace. All right. I'm looking for Elijah. Old man Justice had a seed named Elijah. He's supposed to be here today. I would like to call him to the front. Elijah come to the front because we want to represent. When I was doing this campaign, it was really honoring Allah and justice in the nation that they built. At the same time, I didn't want to omit the biological family. Because I feel like it's proper protocol. We have to pay respect to the biological family, you know, and
Giving us all.
yeah, definitely, for providing the flesh. Now, when I first put this out on Facebook a few months ago, and the God Elijah responded. He said, "Yo, old man Justice is my biological father, and I would like to attend the event." And I told him, of course, the floor open to you, whatever you want to come and rock. You know what I mean? 'Cause we've heard about you for years, but only a select handful of us have seen you. So, once again, our brother Elijah will come to the floor. because I would like for him to speak. We just heard from a Law's family that we need to hear from Justice family. We're about to move on with the program. Where's Elijah at? Pigs. Where's Elijah at? All right. Yeah. So we're going to, right for the time being, we have God, Amar the Great Mind, is going to drop some knowledge on you until Elijah comes in. Peace. Welcome to God. Welcome to God.
Peace. Peace, dear nation. I thank Malachi for this most honorable moment to let me read this dedication to Allah's family and to the nation that he built. Just on a personal note, I'd like to thank Firstborn ABG for correcting my enunciation about Muslims and Muslims. So for many years we thought it was Muslims, but it's actually Muslims. So I thank ABG for that proper enunciation. This manifestation is called Allah, Justice, and the 5% Square. Brothers and sisters, I open this address with the universal greeting of peace. Dear nation, New York City, its politicians have finally been persuaded to recognize Allah, Justice, and his 5%ers with the renaming of, somebody hold this page down for me, with the renaming of a neighborhood block. Meaning Allah, with the assistance of justice, caught the attention of the mayor and the local politicians at that time to acknowledge his efforts to educate the black community and to teach them how to come together and bring the city's politicians to the bargaining table. The local officials were most impressed with his concern for the young children in the communities and how the children of that day were the builders of tomorrow. Brothers and sisters, no matter where you are, who you are, what is the level of your education or the level of your financial gains, I mean all of us, everywhere. Let us continue to build in the name of Allah, justice, and the 5% Square. Peace.
Thank you, God. Peace. Thank you, God. All right, as many of us know, there were two prominent guards who were considered the founders, although there were several others. Matter of fact, I would like to mention Abu Shahid, who was in the mosque with the father and left. This sign is also devoted to him. He was there in the early years, and he went in separate ways for whatever reason. His wife, Carmine, was also in the mosque and came as the first early amongst us. And it was Old Man Justice, who is really like the co-founder, even though there was several
I want to
others.
steal a knowledge.
The Lord's right-hand man,
Knowledge of
right, is Justice.
Sorry, came on. I just
Justice
want to
Free
steal
Cypher
that.
Akbar. Today we have his son here, his offspring. When he found out about this, he reached out to me a couple weeks ago. He said, yo, man, I want to be there. And I said, yo, it's on. Welcome to God, Elijah. This is Old Man Justice's son, his biological son. So his father's name is on the sign as well. Peace, I know we can do better than that.
No disrespect on this channel. No disrespect.
I'm overwhelmed. I had no idea it was so beautiful out here today. And I don't mean the weather. And I don't mean the weather. To the nation of gods and earths, I say thank you. In the name of my mom, Sister Rashida Asir, she says thank you. To my grandchildren, to my daughter, I share with her this whole environment. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. All I see is peace and love, prosperity, wisdom, knowledge. By far one of the greatest things that can happen to me is happening to me today. Oh my God. Oh, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, little Father, look what they're doing for you. Look what they're doing for you. Dad, look what they're doing for you. Amazing. I'm not an orator, but I can share this. Thank you. In the name of my Father, thank you. In the name of Father, Allah the Father, thank you.
Peace. Peace. We have, that's Elijah's son, right? That's Justice, old man Justice son, right? Earlier now we have Allah's son about the bill, right? And he's straight from the family, straight from the bloodline. Go see Allah. Peace.
This mic work? All right, peace everybody. I'm Allah, physical son. My name is CLR. A lot of times I don't show up because I was doing a lot of devilishment when he went to his essence. And when he went to his essence and when he told me as growing up with him, if you're doing devilishment, I don't want you around. And I was real hard-headed and it took me a long time to understand, you know, because I didn't do what he told me. But this is a beautiful day for me, you know, because like, I know I'm true and living, and I've always been true and living because I got his blood, all of his blood, you know. And when I see that he manifests out here and brought the light, makes me feel good today, you know. And I just want to say peace, because I don't really talk a lot, you know. I don't like to be in the spotlight, you know. Peace.
Peace, family, peace. Just want to see, is there any more biological family of Allah or Justice in the house? Also, where's Sister O'Malley? Now we got the mic. All this physical family.
Talk to his camera. That's son. That is mine. Talk to his camera. Talk to him.
That's not the camera. That's not the mic. We need the mic to go out. We bring in the father's physical family here.
I know y'all be broadcasting.
We got the father's physical family here. We got Kenya representing, speaking for the Smith family. We got the God Kenya.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Come on up, Kenya. Did you get? I don't know.
I got pictures. I got pictures. You say you want a picture?
We on the road. It's coming.
Peace. I come in the name of King Universal, born Allah. My government name is Kenya Smith. I represent the Smith family. I represent my father, Allah. Allah was the father's physical brother. I want to thank everybody in the nation, because when I was a baby, my uncle used to take me over in that corner over there, me and my older brother, and talk about, you gotta keep your room clean, you gotta eat the right foods, you gotta do good in school. I remember my uncle, I remember my father, and I want to thank the family, Sila, Shamel, Malik. I want to thank my Aunt Dora. Because if it wasn't for my Aunt Dora, the father would have never came to the nation.
True that.
I want to thank the herbs. I want to thank the gods that will allow me to stand on their shoulders and walk. Allow me to go to 9,000 miles. Okay? I just want to say this is a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. And I wish my old dad was here in the physical to see this. Because he told me he wanted to see something like this happen.
See it through you, guys.
Indeed.
Where your old dad at?
Right there.
Peace.
Click it on.
Peace.
Say what?
I just want to say, I'm so proud to be a member of the 5%ers of Gods and the Earths since the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even now. And I want to thank all the gods in the earths, all the positive people in the universe for allowing me to photograph you. Because a lot of y'all don't know that I'm one of the nation's photographers. And also, As I stated before, the Father always said, when you want to see Him, what do? You have to what? Come together. So the Father is here, Allah is here, Torah is here. Everybody that went to the essence in the name of Allah is here. So I just want to say peace. Peace. I don't even see him. I don't even see him out.
Peace, peace, peace.
I'm good.
Peace, peace. All right, I'm looking for Elijah. Old man Justice had a seed named Elijah. He's supposed to be here today. I would like to call him to the front. Elijah come to the front because we want to represent. When I was doing this campaign, it was really honoring Allah and justice in the nation that they built. At the same time, I didn't want to omit the biological family because I feel like it's proper protocol. We have to pay respect to the biological family, you know, and giving us all. Yeah, definitely for providing flesh. Now, when I first put this out on, Facebook a few months ago, and the God Elijah responded. He said, "Yo, old man Justice is my biological father, and I would like to attend the event." And I told him, of course, the floor open to you, whatever you want to come and rock. You know what I mean? Because we've heard about you for years, but only a select handful of us have seen you. So, once again, our brother Elijah will come to the floor. Because I would like for him to speak. We just heard from Allah's family that we need to hear from Justice family. We're about to move on with the program. Where's Elijah at? Pigs. Where's Elijah at? Alright. Yeah. So we're going to, right for the time being, we have God Amar the Great Mind is going to drop some knowledge on you until Elijah comes in. Peace. Welcome to God. Welcome to God.
Peace. Peace, dear nation. I thank Malachi for this most honorable moment to let me read this dedication to Allah's family and to the nation that He built. Just on a personal note, I'd like to thank Firstborn ABG for correcting my enunciation about Muslims and Muslims. So for many years we thought it was Muslims, but it's actually Muslims. So I thank ABG for that proper enunciation. This manifestation is called Allah, Justice, and the 5% Square. Brothers and sisters, I open this address with the universal greeting of peace. Dear nation, New York City, its politicians have finally been persuaded to recognize Allah, Justice, and his 5%ers with the renaming of, somebody hold this page down for me, with the renaming of a neighborhood block. Meaning, Allah, with the assistance of Justice, caught the attention of the mayor and the local politicians at that time to acknowledge his efforts to educate the black community and to teach them how to come together and bring the city's politicians to the bargaining table. The local officials were most impressed with his concern for the young children in the communities and how the children of that day were the builders of tomorrow. Brothers and sisters, no matter where you are, who you are, what is the level of your education or the level of your financial gains, I mean all of us, everywhere. Let us continue to build in the name of Allah, justice, and the 5% Square. Peace.
Thank you, God. Peace. Thank you, God. All right, as many of us know, there were two prominent guards who were considered the founders, although there were several others. Matter of fact, I would like to mention Abu Shahid, who was in the mosque with the father and left. This sign is also devoted to him. He was there in the early years, and he went in separate ways for whatever reason. His wife, Carmine, was also in the mosque, and was the first early amongst us. And it was Old Man Justice, who is
Just
really
I want
like
that
the
skill of
co-founder,
knowledge.
even though there was some
I want
other-
the skill of knowledge.
The Lord's right-hand man,
Knowledge,
right, is Justice.
Already came up. I just
Justice
want the
Free
skill of
Cypher
him.
Akbar. Today we have his son here, his offspring. We found out about this. He reached out to me a couple weeks ago. He said, yo, man, I want to be there. And I said, yo, it's on. Welcome to God Elijah. This is Old Man Justice's son, his biological son. So his father's name is on the sign as well. Peace, I know we can do better than that.
No disrespect on this channel. No disrespect.
I'm overwhelmed. I had no idea it was so beautiful out here today. And I don't mean the weather. And I don't mean the weather. To the nation of gods and earths, I say thank you. In the name of my mom, Sister Rashida Asir, she says thank you. To my grandchildren, to my daughter, I share with her this whole environment. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. All I see is peace and love, prosperity, wisdom, knowledge. By far one of the greatest things that can happen to me is happening to me today. Oh my God. Oh, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, little Father, look what they're doing for you. Look what they're doing for you. Dad, look what they're doing for you. Amazing. I'm not an orator, but I can share this. Thank you. In the name of my Father, thank you. In the name of Father, Allah the Father, thank you.
Peace. Peace. We have, that's Elijah's son, right? That's Justice, Old Man Justice's son, right? Earlier we had, now we have Allah's son about to build, right? And he's straight from the family, straight from the bloodline. We go see Allah. Peace.
All right, peace everybody. I'm Allah, physical son. My name is CLR. A lot of times I don't show up because I was doing a lot of devilishment when he went to his essence. And when he went to his essence and when he told me as growing up with him, if you're doing devilishment, I don't want you around. And I was real hard-headed and it took me a long time to understand, you know, because I didn't do what he told me. But this is a beautiful day for me, you know, because like, I know I'm true and living, and I've always been true and living because I got his blood, all of his blood, you know, and when I see that he manifests out here and brought to life, makes me feel good today, you know. And I just want to say peace, because I don't really talk a lot, you know. I don't like to be in the spotlight, you know. Peace.
Peace, family, peace. Just want to see, is there any more biological family of Allah or Justice in the house? You know what I'm saying? Also, where's Sister Omala? Now we got the mic. Where's Sister Omala? I would like Sister Omala to build because she's the serpent earth in the nation. And I would like for her to have the floor. Before we do, we're about to do the unveiling right now. So we're about to have to clear the corner and go over there and get the ceremony concluded. Right? Where's Sister Omala at? Well, we're going to have to make moves over towards the corner to get ready to do the unveiling. We ready? We gonna make this happen or what? Make it happen.
Are we getting ready to do this now?
You know, I would like to thank some of the media that's here today, actually, as well. We got Brother Herb Boyd from the Amsterdam News is here. We also provided a support letter, which is very instrumental in getting this signed approved. Sister Eleanor Taylor is also the publisher of the Amsterdam News. Provided a support letter.
Peace. How you doing?
He was the editor at any articles you see in the Amsterdam News the last 10 years. You're going to thank Sister Omar, Sister Naya.
I'm right finally all of these days.
All the teachers on that pole up there.
All right, y'all, get ready for the unveiling.
Here we go.
Y'all want to get a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding countdown? We gonna unveil on the count of understanding. Y'all ready? Knowledge. Wisdom. Wait, we gotta wait for the man doing it now. Okay. Let me know when I can start the countdown. You about ready? Almost? Okay, we almost did. Okay, knowledge. Wait a minute, Malachi, you ready? Malachi, you ready? Let just somebody say, is Malachi ready over there? I need to know, is he ready so we can do the countdown? Now when he unveil that sign, I want y'all to say peace so loud that they hear us all the way down 125th Street. So Malachi. Okay now, I need to get the rest of that sign off. Come on now. Come on now. We ain't done. We not done. Come on now. Who the climber now? Who know how to climb? There you go, God. Get it, God. Give God peace. Allah, you just stand.
if Mecca did this.